Bienvenidos a la presentación de los artículos y sustantivos en español. Welcome to this presentation about nouns and articles in Spanish. Nouns, sustantivos, articles, artículos. What are nouns? Nouns are the words that we use in English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Italian to name people, places, things, objects, emotion, feelings, virtues, defects. Okay? Nouns are used to name things. They're commonly used to name people, places, or things. Here are some examples in English. Cat, house, river, Richard, Cardi B, University of Arizona, Tucson, United States, boy, love, selfishness, etc. Now, unlike in English, nouns in Spanish always are gendered. They have a masculine or feminine, energy, you would say. In Spanish, even inanimate objects are classified as masculine and feminine. Here's an example, la caja, the box. Apparently, boxes are just feminine. Now, how can you tell if it's masculine or feminine? First of all, the number one rule is if a noun ends in an O, then it's almost always going to be masculine. And if it ends in an A, then it's almost always going to be feminine. However, there are more rules you can use to memorize which nouns are going to be masculine and which are going to be feminine. Okay? For example, if it ends in an R, if it ends in an S, an L, an N, then it's almost always going to be masculine. If it ends in a D, Z, sion, or A, it's always going to be feminine. There are some words that can be masculine or feminine, and these nouns are going to end in E or E, ista, ente, ante. They can always be masculine or feminine. Here's an example. Estudiante. Estudiante, you can have means student. You can have a girl or a boy student, a man or a woman. That's a student. Okay? So, estudiante can be either. It ends in ante. There are a few more rules that you should memorize, and that is about whether or not a noun is singular or plural. Now, all nouns are going to be masculine and feminine, and all nouns are going to be singular or plural, meaning there's one or many, like one puppy or many puppies, like eating one salad versus eating many tacos. Now, how do we make nouns plural? Well, if a noun is singular, then it stays how it is. For example, perro is puppy, so leave it singular. Ensalada, singular. Now, if you want to make perro plural, we have to look at the end of the word. Perro ends in a vowel. Any noun that ends in a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, is formed in the plural by adding an S. So, one perro, un perro, unos perros. We added that S to the end of perro. Okay? Here's some more examples. Chair, silla, ends in an A, add the S, boop. Padre, ends in an E, add the S. Taxi, taxis, mango, mangos. Now, there are nouns that end in consonants as well. We saw a list of those on the other page and whether or not they're masculine or feminine. But if we want to make those words plural, we have to add an ES because it ends in a consonant. So, cartel turns into carteles, pared, paredes, joven, jóvenes. Sometimes if we make a singular noun plural, we have to add accents, but we're going to be learning about accents in a later course, so don't worry about that for right now. There are exceptions to the noun plural rule, and those are the nouns that end in S or X. Nouns that end in S or X never change. They are always the same word. So you would say el virus, los virus, el tórax, los tórax, el crisis, los crisis. It's always the same. However, when a noun ends in a Z, you have to do a little bit more work and you have to change it to the plural by changing that Z into a C. Now, why do we do this? Because when we're speaking in Spanish, we want to maintain the similar sounds. If we have that hard Z and add that ES, it could change the meaning of the word because it might sound like a different word. So we need to maintain the sound of the Z, okay? El lápiz, los lápices. As you can see and hear, you're maintaining that sound. So just memorize that if a noun ends in a Z, you want to change it to plural, change that Z into a C. And you'll see that often Z's turn into C's in Spanish. If you have a noun that ends in an accented vowel, then you're going to add an ES. Now, nouns in Spanish don't like to be alone. They're always accompanied by articles. What is an article? Now, there are definite or indefinite articles, and we're going to discuss how you can use both. The article is the word that goes before the noun, like a or an, or the in English. Articles can be definite, the or these. I met the man of my dreams. I got the dog I've been looking for. There it's definite, it's more specific, or it can be indefinite. I met a guy last night. Nothing special. Okay? There were some really rowdy people at that game. You're mentioning some people. It's indefinite. Okay? Now, all of the articles, whether definite or indefinite, match the nouns they describe in gender, masculine, feminine, or number, singular, plural. Let's look below. The woman. I'm talking about the specific woman that I have met. So you would need the. Okay? La mujer. And here are some ladies. So you need unas mujeres. Let's go further. Definite articles. When do we use definite articles? Well, we use them to talk about a particular person or thing. For example, do you have the tickets? The tickets for the show that we're going to go to now? The tickets to the Book of Mormon that was in Tucson recently? Okay. Have you met the guy you were talking to on Bumble? For example, here we're talking about particular people or particular things. It's the same thing in English. The man, the woman, the car, the house. These are particular people or things. But in English, we use the same word, the, all the time. In Spanish, however, nouns are gendered and they're numbered. So you have to change the article to match the noun in gender, masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural. Now, how do you decide which one of these to use? Repeat after me. El, la, los, las. These are your definite articles. Well, let's look at libro. Maybe you don't even know what libro means. It means book, but you see it ends in an O. And what's our rule? If it ends in an O, it's probably masculine. Now, is there an S on the end of this? There's not. So we know it is masculine. Go to your masculine column. Here's your masculine column. And then there's no S, so you need, boop, singular. So it's el libro. Repetir, el libro. Okay. Here we have escritorios, desks. Now, there's an O on here, so we're going to go back to our masculine column. And there is an S, so we're going to go down here. Los escritorios, the desks. Let's look at mochila. Mochila means backpack. It's one of your new vocab words. Now it ends in an A, and there's no S, so it's feminine, and it's not plural. Nope. So it's la mochila. Whereas ventanas, windows, it has an AS. So it's feminine. Here's your feminine column, and plural, las ventanas. Okay? Now, keep this in mind that when we mention something for the first time, we usually use an indefinite article, which we're going to get to next. And then later, if we mention the same thing, we're going to refer to the particular thing, so you use a definite article. I was sitting on a chair, the chair broke. Estaba sentado en una silla, la silla se rompió. Let's practice definite articles. Please pause this video, take a few minutes to write down the definite article for these words, and then come back to it. Okay, let's begin. Libro. We know that's masculine. There's no S, so we're going to need el. Hombres. Now, hombres ends in an E, so that means it can be masculine or feminine, but you now know what this word means. Hombre means men, man, okay? And it has an S, so it's men, so we know it's masculine because it describes men, and there's an S, so it's plural. Los hombres. Chica, maybe you don't even know this means girl, but It's got an A and there's no S, so la chica. Mujeres, yes, that's the plural because there's a consonant. Usually words that end in R are masculine, but you now know that mujer means ladies. Okay, so las mujeres. Caja, la caja. Casas, las casas. Perro, el perro. Edificios, los edificios. Maybe you don't even know this means building, but it's got that OS, so you need the OS of los to match it. Okay. Indefinite articles. We also use indefinite articles in Spanish to describe a, an, or some, or maybe a few. Okay? They always agree with the nouns they modify in gender and number. Here are some examples of how we use indefinite articles in English. A man, a woman, an apple. I ate an apple. Some guys. There were some guys at the bar making a lot of noise. Some puppies. I saw some cute puppies. Okay? You're talking about some. You're not talking about particular puppies that you've been looking at a long time. You're talking about some that you happen to see on the way to school. Now, how do you match your indefinite article with your noun? The same way that you match your definite article with a noun. But here are your indefinite articles. Repeat after me. Repite. Un, una, unos, unas. Un libro. Libro is masculine and singular. Un. Mochila is feminine and singular. Una mochila. Escritorios, masculine plural. Unos escritorios. Ventanas ends in AS. AS, plural, feminine. Unas ventanas. Let's practice. Take a few seconds. Pause this video and write the indefinite article, excuse me. Okay. Pasajeros, OS, means passengers. In this case, it ends in an O. It's masculine, so plural, unos. Profesora is one, but you've got profesoras, so you have a plural. Female professors, unas. Turista. Okay. Here we have an exception. Words that end in ista can be masculine or feminine. Now, when you're speaking in Spanish or writing, you're going to have context to let us know if that's a female or a male tourist. But in this situation, we don't know. So you could have put un or una, and both of them work. Gato, masculine, there's a O. It's one male cat. Computadoras ends in AS, that's unas. Problema is the exception to the rule. It's always masculine. Don't know why, but masculine problems. Okay, so el problema, un problema, since we're doing indefinite. Maleta means suitcase, it ends in an A, it's regular, so una maleta. Y carros, cars, OS, unos carros. Now, if you have more questions on this, there's another PowerPoint with another video about gender. You are in 101, so do not worry about memorizing all of the rules, but this is a good beginning start to articles and nouns in Spanish. I hope it helped. Gracias.